Okay, y'all. Word on the street is Biggie Smalls passing, and everything we all think we know could be a lie. Word on the street. Word on the street is somebody on the inside is snitching, and they're saying that Biggie was taken out by a setup, and they said this setup includes P Diddy, Suge Knight, and they have people that's lying to help make this look as if it is what it is, but it ain't. Okay, y'all, and we're about to talk about it right now. Hello, and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all, and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not. And the fair act use is in my description box, y'all. So, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. So, I have been going through a bunch of videos. Talking about Biggie and Gene Deal and what they're all saying. Not just Gene Deal, but Lil C's, Suge Knight. I've been going through a lot of videos and just listening, and y'all are not gonna believe what you're hearing. It's a lot of stuff that's coming out right now that then came out that word on the street is are lies, and they're saying that somebody is about to tell it all, y'all. Somebody about to tell it all. And they're saying Diddy ain't about to ever get up out of that prison, y'all. This is what they're saying. They're tying Diddy to Biggie's passing in more ways than one. Not just the guy that's locked up right now that's saying that Diddy had played a part and, his nephew and all of that. No, not just that, okay? They're saying that Diddy played a huge major part in people that's on social media right now and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know these people. But I always question Gene Deal. I always question the fact that P Diddy and Jay-Z are so close. And, Jay-Z is somebody that covers up the stuff that Diddy does. He's the cleanup man. P Diddy said this himself. If they thought that Gene Deal was the type of person that was going to run amok and tell everything and get on social media and talking this and that and this, why wouldn't he be a target? If you're targeting lawyers and you're targeting, the victims and stuff like that, and you got your goons going to them and your private detectives and this and that, you ain't gonna pay Gene Deal a visit, and Gene Deal moving around like it ain't nothing. Look at the guy that came forward and said that some of Jay-Z kids wasn't his kids. Do y'all remember that part? And said that the parents that you think is that's supposed to be the parents of Jay-Z and Beyonce kids is not the parents, and this and that and this. Do y'all remember that? And that man is gone right now. He's gone. He's out of there. He was the security guy too. Why is it that Gene Deal can run around here and tell this guy got rich on social media? And I ain't trying to, dog him or any kind of way. Okay, because I know a lot of people care about him, and I don't want to hear everybody. This is how controversy starts, and this and that and this. But it never dawned on y'all that this guy is telling all the secrets of the elites and people that got money that went after everybody else, that the bodies then dropped and this and that and this, and he can tell and talk as freely as he wants to, and nobody gets touched. I'm just asking y'all. No, he never gets touched. Nothing. Nobody ain't sitting. Look at DJ Academics. People sitting in front of his house for a month, 20 days out of a month, out of 30 days or 31 days. They're sitting in front of his house, watching him. Why ain't nobody watching Gene Deal? I'm just asking y'all this question. Word on the street is Gene Deal is lying, y'all. I'm just going. It's hard for me to sugarcoat stuff. I don't know him, so I'm gonna say allegedly. But word on the street is Gene Deal is lying, Suge Knight is lying, and Lil Cease is lying, y'all. This is what I'm hearing. Word on the street. And after going over a lot of things, I'm starting to wonder if they're lying too. Okay, y'all. I want to talk about. I want to go to a couple of videos and just listen to the footage of the night that Biggie passed away. Word on the street is this is about to be huge. That Word on the street, I'm just saying, is P Diddy is about to go down for Biggie's passing. And they are saying that everything that we were told was a lie. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what I'm hearing. Okay, y'all? So let's listen to some of the footage from the night that Biggie passed. Okay, y'all? Let's listen to it. So what I'm looking at right now is Biggie in the back seat of the car. Biggie is allegedly in the back seat of the car when they pull off from the last event that they were at. Biggie in the back seat of the car, y'all. P Diddy is sitting in the front seat of the car, and then we have a driver. I can't quite see who this driver is, but word on the street, this driver could be Gene Deal. This is what I'm hearing. Okay, y'all. They're pulling off from the event, and they're saying that Biggie clearly got in the back seat of that car. And what you see now is people jumping out of the seats or where they were sitting at, and this and that and this. Whatever side of the car they were sitting at, you see people clearly running from different sides of the car to different sides of the car. Okay, y'all? Some people think Puffy got hit, and some people think that Biggie got hit. Why would people think that Biggie or Puffy got hit if Puffy wasn't in the car with Biggie? I'm just asking y'all, okay? Because word on the street is, and I'm just going to put it out there like they said, Puffy was in a car that was in front of Biggie, and Biggie was in a car that was behind him. Word on the street is Puffy ran the light, and he went his way, and the whole incident happened at the light where Biggie was at. Why did bystanders think that Puffy got hit? They didn't know who got hit, Puffy or Biggie, because they said both of them were in the car. Let's keep going, y'all. Another thing that they're saying in this audio is 5 papows was let off. They claim Biggie only got hit 4 times. Now, word on the street is, yo. Word on the street is, Biggie got hit from inside the car. So if Biggie got hit from inside the car, was the other papow that you see the hits outside the car? Did you see 4 hits outside the car? Was those staged? Ask yourself this question. Was the whole scene staged, y'all? Because I'm hearing right now that Suge Knight, P Diddy, Gene Deal, and Lil Caesar all sit down and discuss this situation on what was going to be said and told and this and that and that and this. That, all actual reality, this is not what really happened that night. They're saying that P Diddy was in the car with Biggie that night, y'all. When and how did they switch seats? That's my question. How in the world did they switch seats? Let's keep going. Y'all bring up the car, please. I'm ready to go. Okay. Let me get to a couple of situations. And I want y'all to think about something because they always say follow the money. We have Suge Knight, who was making money off of Tupac. Hand over fist. Millions of dollars. Tupac was pulling his weight, okay? With his music and everything he had going on, okay? Then we have P Diddy that was pulling his weight. Not P Diddy, but Biggie that was pulling his weight with the bad boy situation. Word on the street was Biggie was about to leave the record label. Word on the street was Tupac was about to leave Suge Knight's record label. And word on the street is Suge Knight and P Diddy was, I said P Diddy, but that's probably about right. They were working together. They worked together to get rid of Tupac and Biggie so that they could prosper. Word on the street. This is what I'm hearing right now, y'all. That they both stood to gain out of both of their artists flatlining. Okay, y'all? Word on the street. They're saying that at the time that Biggie was taken out, Suge Knight was in jail. He was in jail, y'all. And a female came to that prison. She was allowed to come in that prison and socialize with him, whatever. And she was the middleman, or middle woman, whichever you want to call it, to setting up Biggie and helping make it look as if another street association did it when they were working together. We've been watching this going on for a long time now. When Mo3 was taken out, word on the street is, and there ain't no word on the street, I know this for a fact, Mo3's manager, Rainwater, was running around saying that he was the next P Diddy. He was calling himself in post P Diddy. Word on the street, when Mo3 was taken out, he was taken out by his own street association, and the ops of his street association worked together to get him out the way. Same way that Biggie was taken out, same way, allegedly, that Tupac was taken out. Okay, y'all? Now, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this very carefully. Okay? Listen to this. This was audio of the night that Biggie passed. Okay? This was audio of the 911 call. And you all can hear for yourselves what was said. Okay, y'all? Let's talk about it.
March 9th, 1997, 12:45 a.m. Biggie Smalls, one of the most famous rappers in the world, has just been shot 4 times.
He was hit 4 times. But according to witnesses, they heard 5. Pa-pow, pa-pow, pow. Okay, y'all?
Outside a party in Los Angeles.
I just want y'all to listen to what is being said. You got to listen closely. That sounds like Puffy on the phone. He's saying, we have a man papowed in our car right now. That's Puffy. You hear him clearly saying that. Okay, let's listen. He said, we're in the car right now. We're rolling to the hospital. Okay, let's keep going. He said, I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm from New York. Okay, this is Puffy. Clearly Puffy in the car talking to 911. Keep listening. She said, is the party that was papowed in your car? He says no. Listen. He said, she said, okay, so you said you're going to the hospital? Okay. He says, right in front of me, what hospital are you going to? This is what she says. She said, he says, I don't know. I'm not from here. Keep listening.
We're on top of it right now. We don't have to go west, are we? To the fire train they just passed? You gotta go back. You gotta turn around, baby. You're going the wrong way. We gotta go. I don't know what's going on.
He said he's hit, man. He's hit. He's hit. Do you know where he's hit at? This is the same Puffy that's talking.
I don't know.
He said, I don't know. And then his voice calms down. We on Beverly right now. Like it ain't even really nothing going on. Y'all listen to this. He acts like he's ecstatic, and then all of a sudden his voice drops and be like, everything cool, like they chilling. Okay, y'all, just listen. If you want your friend to live, we're going to have you to come over. He said, I can't do that. They said, if you want your friend to live, you got to come over. He said, I can't do that. Because he don't want him to live. Word on street. Listen. He said, you're going to see her. Okay, we're going to see her.
How many people are hurt?
How many people are hurt? It's one. They say it's just one person. You got a carload of people. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. When somebody is on a hit or whatever, and they're coming at somebody and they're in a carload of other people, they don't care who get hit. They're not just trying to take out that one person and everybody else in the car lives. It seemed like whoever pulled up already with this whole situation with Biggie and Tupac they was only concerned of those two. They wasn't concerned about hurting anybody else in the car. I just want y'all to pay attention to this. This makes a big difference. Let's keep going.
One shot.
The person that's on the phone, which sounds like P Diddy, he says it's one person that was hit. He said they drove up next to us and just papowed out the car. Okay? If you wasn't in the car with Biggie, why would you say they drove up to us? This is what allegedly P Diddy said, y'all. Let's keep going. He clearly said, they clearly asked him. And they asked him in this audio. And he said in this audio, there's a man in our car right now that that's got hit up, basically. Okay? That's the first time he says that there's somebody in his car, not somebody else's car, that was hit up. Okay? And then he says, they asked him how many were papowed. This person says just one. And then he says, they drove up next to us and just papowed out the car. The passenger left side. This is what, allegedly, P Diddy said. Y'all. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask y'all this question. When and how did they trade seats? Because word on the street is, Biggie was in the back seat. P Diddy was in the front seat. Word on the street. Now, I know what we see. I know what they presented us with. That they were driving. P Diddy was in front. Biggie was in the back. This is what they presented us with. They presented us with P Diddy spun off and ran a red light and left him hanging right there. They presented us with the fact that somebody drove up next to him. The reason why somebody drove up next to him and he wasn't paying attention, allegedly. Which don't make no sense. Why would security allegedly drive off and leave the person that's the money maker? It makes no sense. Now I'm gonna ask y'all this question: have you ever been in a car with people and you are following them or they're following you? Have you ever been, somebody following you and you all are trying to keep up with each other and that person see the lights changing yellow and they just spin off and run the light knowing that you're not gonna make the light? Or do you, if you all are together, you slow down because the light finna change and the people that's behind you, you don't want the light to catch them and y'all get separated? I've been in those positions where I'm following somebody or somebody's following me. And this is how it works. If you are riding behind each other and two cars are together, the light is finna change and somebody's following you. You just wait on the light so that they can pull off with you when you get ready to pull off. Why would P Diddy run the light, y'all? Ask yourself this question. Why would he run that light? Now, another thing that's confusing about this situation, which makes me think that people are on point what they're saying. And if this is true, P Diddy about to go down for Biggie's passing. Okay? Word on the street is that these two females just so happen to be on that corner. That's another problem that gets me. Everybody's leaving the situation and events and stuff that's going on. There's nobody else but these two females that's on the corner so happen when you run the light and they pull up at the corner. Makes it look as if this was already planned. And if this is true, Gene Deal seems like he's a liar. And I want y'all to think about something for a second. If Gene Deal is on here pretending like he's going against Diddy and whoever else, the elites and whatever else, and he's against them, but he's his own man and he's standing up against them and this and that and that and this. I just want y'all to pay attention to something right there. This man got rich off of these videos. He done got rich off of calling himself playing a part in helping take down Diddy. But have y'all ever questioned a few things that Gene Deal has said and how he defends P Diddy sometimes? He talks about Diddy, but at the same time, he defends him at times. Like, I'll tell on him, but I ain't gonna, sugarcoat it and make it look as if, I'm just making it look even worse. I'm just gonna tell the stuff that he's really doing, but I'm not gonna tell, I'm not gonna make up, fabricate lies just to get at it. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Gene Deal is starting to look suspect. He's truly starting to look suspect about a lot of things. Another thing is when they got ready to take Diddy to court and this and that, and this and that, and that, and this and that, Gene Deal wasn't somebody that they really wanted to be a witness. Ask yourself why. You were his right-hand man. You did everything that P Diddy told you to do. You were with the parties. You was with the shenanigans when they were doing and abusing and using and abusing people and this and that and that and this. You sit back and you watched. You sit back and watched as if it wasn't happening. But later now you're telling it. Make it make sense when you were joining in on them reindeer games. Allegedly. Okay, y'all? Word on the street, shit about to hit the fan, y'all. And Gene Deal's name is about to come up in this mess. And this is a possibility to why he wasn't even one of the witnesses. Word on the street. Okay, y'all? What was being said and what has been said about this whole situation and interviews and all this stuff that P Diddy and Lucy's and everybody is doing, they're doing what they were told to do. And allegedly, the reason why they're letting Gene Deal get so popular right now. Now, I'm going to just say, I don't know, but I'm just relaying messages, yo. don't get mad at the messenger, okay? The word on the street is, y'all, Gene Deal is now pumping up in the industry, pumping up, not in the industry, but on the internet right now, so that he can be relevant. This is what I'm hearing. They want Gene Deal to be relevant, so little Gene Deal can get in front of everybody and go to court or whatever, whenever it comes down to part 2, part 3, part 4 of Diddy's trials. He can get on the stand and everybody's going to believe him. And they're going to be like, he's been on, he's a truth seeker. He's been on social media telling his truth about everything and blah, 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 blah. So everybody can believe that he's telling the truth. When in actual reality, he's still working with Diddy. He's still making it look as if, Diddy did this, but he wouldn't do that. Diddy did this, but I was a witness to that. And if you're lying about the main thing that he did, which was bodies, that still gets Diddy off. If you have somebody that looks as if that they're against Diddy, but they really not, making a storyline, a narrative go this way when it's really that way, you got people listening to this. You got people listening to this. We got other bloggers, big bloggers that's running around saying that, oh, Gene Deal this and Gene Deal that. Just think about this. If Gene Deal is really lying about what happened the night of Biggie's passing, and he's covering up for what really went down, which makes sense because whatever you are doing, you think your security don't know what you're up to and what you're doing? If there is a crime to take place and you got your security out there, you don't think that security is going to go along with the story so that it'll make it look like it went this way when it really went that way? Word on the street is Gene Deal and Lil Caesar's lying, y'all. P Diddy is lying about the situation. A lot of people is lying about the situation. Suge Knight is lying. They were working together, allegedly. Allegedly. Don't y'all find it odd that it was just these two girls on this corner and nobody else is on the street? Just them? And they so happen to just be there at the corner at the time when cars pull up to them. And this is the same story they push with Tupac. They said that some girls was at the corner with Tupac and pulled over. He was talking to somebody. How do you go out the same way your ops went out? Make it make sense, y'all. Tupac passed away first from the same situation. Same situation, right? Then Biggie passes away the same type of way. Y'all couldn't come up with another storyline that y'all used the same situation. Oh, these two girls was on the corner trying to talk to him and the car pulled up. It's the same story for Tupac. Y'all was that lazy that y'all couldn't come up with something to match up with what was going on. Word on the street, this guy lying, y'all. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what I'm hearing. And word on the street is somebody snitching. Somebody is snitching and they're saying that what they're saying that happened that night with Biggie is a whole lie, y'all. This is what they're saying. They're saying that Puffy was in that car with him. And if you go by the audio, somebody that sounds like Puffy is saying that he got somebody in the car that was hit up with him. He's also saying that some people drove up next to their car and just let off pows. And the person on the passenger side got hit. Now my question is, from the time they left, because there is footage. There's footage. This is him in his interviews afterwards saying allegedly what they were all hyped up to say. You say this, I say this, you say this. We stick to our story and we're going to get away with this. This is what I'm hearing right now. And word on the street, Gene Deal is going along with this as well. This is the car. Word on the street is Puffy was in the front seat, y'all. This is what I'm hearing. Puffy was in this seat right here and Biggie was in this seat in the back. How in the HELL did they get big old Biggie in the front seat of this car? How did it happen? Did they pull up to that light? Ask yourself this question. Those girls was out there. Did I'm just saying, I'm just wondering now. Did P Diddy tell Biggie to get in the front? Man, you get in the front, you the star. Get your big in the front. The city is loving you right now. They just partied. They bought out the bar. They had that place juking. Everybody was loving Biggie from what he saw. But behind closed doors, there were a lot of threats coming in. If you don't leave this city, you're going to leave in a body bag. If you don't this, you don't that. You don't think for 1 minute that they were keeping that away from Biggie? You don't think that they were saying, just don't even bother him with the threats. Let him enjoy himself. His album, he's doing a new video. He got a new album coming out. Let's just let him enjoy himself. Do not tell him about the threats. Do not tell him about anything that's going on. Just let him enjoy himself. That's what we pay security for. Did y'all hear the stories that Gene Deal said about P Diddy told them don't have their weapons. They couldn't have their weapons that night. He wasn't even armed and all of this stuff. Why in the world would security not be armed? And everybody was like, that story don't make sense. Now it's making sense to why that story don't make sense, because they are saying that Gene Deal is going on with a lot of stuff that's going on right now and pretending. And the reason he's not being touched is he's a part of the play. This is what I'm hearing right now, y'all. Now, my question is, again, how did they get Biggie in that front seat of the car and P. Diddy got in the back seat? How did this happen, y'all? And word on the street, there were 5. Pow, 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 pow. Witnesses say they heard 5. What was that first pow? When he first got in the car, did the driver, I'm just asking y'all, I don't even know who the driver was, but word on the street is, the driver was Gene Deal. I don't know. I have no clue. Why would the driver be Gene Deal? Gene Deal said he was in a car with Puffy. Did he or did he not say that? Because that's what I heard, y'all. He was in a car with Puffy. Let's listen to a little bit of this.
March 8th, 1997, Los Angeles. Rap superstar Notorious B.I.G., real name Christopher Moss, and his label boss Sean Puffy Combs are in town to shoot a video for Biggie's new album, Life After Death.
So he was there to shoot a video. Shoot a video. Out of all the places you want to go to where people is threatening you at to shoot a video, that's suspect in itself. Okay, y'all? And remember in the movie when they were saying that Biggie's mama didn't even want him to go because of all the stuff that went on with Tupac. Why would they want him to go there? And da 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 da. Puffy was pushing him to go there. Word on the street is Biggie was supposed to go somewhere else. Puffy made him come there. Let's keep going.
That evening, they attend the Soul Train Awards after party sponsored by Vibe Magazine.
So Vibe Magazine throws an after party for, Soul Train stuff, okay? So they go to that event.
We decided to go out to the party because we were trying to be out being seen, and a lot of people were coming and giving us positive readings.
We just party, just having fun.
Ask for the bottles and how many bottles you got. You bring all the bottles you got. So he basically bought out the bar.
He bought out the bar. So everybody in there is lit, okay? Drinks for everybody, okay, y'all? He cleared the bar out, okay, y'all? So they making money. They making money in this club. Everybody is lit. Everybody toe up. Everybody wasted. Still threats coming in. You're not going to leave the city alive. Keep it away from Biggie. Keep the threats away from him. Don't let him answer the phone. I don't want none of this stuff coming to him. Don't this sound like something Puffy will say? Keep going. Let's keep going. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, y'all. Don't know where I was at. My phone rung, so I had to stop and answer the phone. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Word on the street, he was in the front seat. And he switched places with Biggie some kind of way. When did they switch places, y'all? Are we supposed to believe everything that they said to us? Pow, 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 pow. This is 4 hits that they claim took place. Where was the 5th hit? Somebody said they heard five, y'all. 5 hits. And word on the street, there is footage of Biggie getting in the back seat and Puffy right here in the front seat and this person right here. Now, I don't know who this person is. Is this Gene Deal? I don't know. But how and when, from leaving this event to that red light, allegedly, and they claim it's a red light, but when we see the footage of people in the background saying, that's Biggie, that's Tupac, not Tupac, that's Biggie, that's P Diddy in the car, it was a lot of people on the block. But when they show us the footage, they act as if it was only 2 females on the corner. Y'all, this was staged. This was staged. I don't care what nobody say. Let's keep going.
The place was so full of smoke by midnight, the fire marshal said, we're going to shut this down.
They just wanted everybody to leave. We had a whole bunch of people with us. We was going to go to another club.
So they was going to leave from that club and go somewhere else after they done bought the bar off there and they got kicked out of that place. Okay, that's what they claimed. They was going to keep the party going. Let's keep going.
I got into the cars. My car was in front. Biggie was in the vehicle behind.
How was Biggie in a Biggie vehicle behind you and you was in the car in front of him when there is footage showing that Biggie got in the back seat of the same car that P Diddy was in, y'all? Word on the street. Word on the street, and footage and pictures of the audio and people's video camera and all of this stuff. Biggie was in the car with he was in the car with Puffy, y'all. So how in the world is P Diddy saying the same story that Lil C's is saying, same story that Gene Deal is saying, and we're supposed to believe them, and something ain't adding up? 5 shots, footage of Biggie in the back seat, Puffy in the front seat. Okay, y'all? Right here, they say Puffy was in the back seat of this car right here, y'all. Word on street. This is what they're saying. He got Puffy with his hat on and everything. Front seat, white suit. He claimed that they ran a light and all of this stuff. Word on the street, that's a lie. That's a lie, y'all. And they're saying the truth is about to come out, y'all. Word on the street. Let's keep it, listen to the audio a little bit more.
Both vehicles proceed to the intersection of Fairfax and Wilshire. As the traffic signal turns red, Puffy Suburban runs the light while Biggie...
Why would it run the light? I keep saying this. Y'all let me know in the comment section. If 2 cars is following each other, your money maker is in the back seat. Your money maker is getting threats. Why would you whip off and leave that person? Gene Deal and P Diddy and them are lying, allegedly. Okay, y'all? Word on the street, they lying. Word on the street was Biggie was set up and all of them is playing a role right now. Even Gene Deal. Even Lil C's. They're all playing their part to cover up the passing of Biggie. And they're saying it's about to come out and P Diddy is about to go down, y'all. They're also saying that there's a lot of lies going around on the internet saying that, oh, Trump is finna get him out, when in all actuality he's not. They're trying to just push this on Trump and make it just the story just stay out there until he just say, oh, let me just go to do it. The people want this. The people don't want this. The people want this guy to stay behind bars and to do whatever time that he's supposed to do and then some for whatever he's held accountable for or not. People want him in jail. People are going to feel like Trump is backdooring them if he lets P Diddy out of there. And that's the truth. That's the truth. They're saying that a lot of bloggers are going along with this lie as well. It's TMZ. Because word on the street is, you know, Jay-Z and all of them got TMZ on lock. Word on the street. And they put out what they want them to put out. Let's keep going.
Stops. A black Chevy Impala creeps up, inches away from Big.
I was behind Big in the passenger seat talking to some females on the sidewalk. And maybe like a second later, this Impala pulled up.
I was in the car with Puff. We heard something go pop, 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 pop.
Everybody in the car ducked down.
So he had like his 6 shots. Let's keep going. What were the other 6 shots? Now, witness that were out there on the street said it was 5. Let's keep going. Story keep changing.
We were screaming and shooting at Big. We get around, we see the killer turn the corner. We parked directly in front of Big's car.
You parked directly in front of Big's car. Why the hell did you leave Big in the first place? Why? His album coming out. His video shoot is coming out. You're supposed to be doing a new video shoot there. He is the moneymaker. Everything surrounding him. There's no way you should have left him. To be honest with you, I don't see why y'all were in the front. Why in the HELL was P Diddy riding in the front of Biggie instead of behind him? Ask yourself this question. Because if shit hits the fan, you want to be able to protect your artist. Not be in the front and don't even know what somebody hit them and this and that and that and this. And then another thing that trips me out is when they claim they heard the pow, 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 and they pulled in front of him, they saw the person who did it getting away. Don't y'all find it so convenient that allegedly, the car that they were driving in was a car, a suburban car that was between the year of 1995 and 1998. And during those times, if you hit 90 in speed, the car will automatically slow you down. So you can't even catch the person that you're chasing. Or you can't get away from somebody that's after you. Now ask yourself this question. Why would the hitters have a higher tech car than rich rappers that were getting death threats and all of this other stuff? Y'all make it make sense, because it doesn't make sense. And the thing that I'm hearing right now makes a lot of sense. That all these people are working together. And they're not going to ever really tell everything. Do y'all remember for so long people were acting Suge Knight, who took out Tupac, and he wouldn't say? Now all of a sudden you want to talk? Now you want to talk. And even that he is talking right now. They're saying that he's only talking because he's making money from the prison by talking. But just because he's talking doesn't mean that he's telling the truth. It doesn't. Gene Deal is getting rich off of this whole situation. Why would all lawyers not be able to talk? Lawyers not be able to do whatever they need to do. Victims not be able to do what they're doing. You got private detectives, you got goons chasing them, following their mamas, their daddies to the gas station, to the doctor's appointments, to this and that and that and this. But Gene Deal is not, he's untouchable. Nobody's studying him. Make it make sense, y'all. I know he big and all, but just because he big and all, he's up in age. He's slow and this and that and that and this. It ain't like he can get away and run and this and that and that and this. Why is he free to move around and do whatever he wants, and he's putting Diddy on blast? And if you putting Diddy on blast, you basically putting Jay-Z on blast, because that's his right-hand man. Other older guy that was a security, he's no longer here anymore. He came out and spoke out about Jay-Z now. He's no longer here. So we're to believe that Gene Deal got that much pull that nobody would touch him with a 10-foot pole. Security guys are broke. Even though he's not broke now, because he's getting rich off of the internet. But why is he getting rich off the internet? Is it because they are putting him in position? Ask yourself this question. For people can believe what he's saying. And he's all actual reality lying to everybody, because this is what I'm hearing, y'all. Y'all, you can't make this up.
I had jumped out. I had ran to the car, opened up the door, and I was
He said he jumped out and ran to the car to open up the door to see what was going on with Biggie.
I talked to him.
Big just leaned over the car, his eyes kind of open. He just has this look on his face like, can you believe it? It's got me.
While Puffy stays behind with Big.
Puffy stays behind with Big. Okay? So this is where they want to make it seem as if he got in a car with Biggie. And then that's when they went to driving around. And that's when he called 911. That's when they called 911? Nobody in the car with him that didn't get hit either thought to call 911 even before Puffy pulled up. Do you mean to tell me that the people that were in the car with Biggie, in that car when Puffy sped off and left him, nobody thought to pick up their phone and call 911? P Diddy had to come and meet them at the crime scene, get out the car, run over there to the car, and then he had to call the police. And when he called the police, he said, a man pulled up, a man in my car is, hit up right now. Then he told the people on the 911 call that people drove up next to us and just pow, the car up. Why didn't he say, if he was on the phone, that people pulled up and, hit up the car? This is what I was told because I just came to the car. Something ain't adding up here, y'all. Something is not adding up. And word on the street is it's all about to blow up in their face right now. Everything is about to blow up in their face right now.
The other SUV speeds off after the killer.
So when they drop off P. Diddy to the car, then the other people that was in the car with P. Diddy, which supposed to be Gene Deal, then and only then is when they start chasing the car. Now, I ain't trying to be funny or anything like that, but I'm not finna wait till P. Diddy be like, oh, is you alive? And P. Diddy make the phone call to the police and this and that and this. Then I go to get the people. I would have dropped P. Diddy off and I would have been straight on that car. When they were turning the corner, I would have been right in their Seekers. Okay, y'all? I would have been right in their back door. Ain't no way in the world I would have waited till Puffy got out the car, go over there and talk to see Puffy. Then he called everybody to decide who gonna call the police, and Puffy the one that called the police. Then, okay, now we about to go chase these guys. To me, they were letting them get away. They were letting them get away. And to me, this 1995 and 1988 Suburban that didn't only go past 90 speed, that was the excuse of why they got away. They had everything mapped out, how they wanted it, when they wanted it, and who stood to gain when Biggie and Tupac passed. The labels. The labels. Suge Knight, he made millions of dollars. Millions and millions of dollars off of Tupac when he was gone and when he was alive. But he made more money off of him gone. P. Diddy, same thing. He made more money off of Biggie gone than him alive. Not only did he do that, but word on the street, he turned out his son. Word on the street, there are people putting lawsuits in right now saying that P. Diddy's and Biggie's son set him up. Y'all, I Lord have mercy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The stuff that's coming out right now is crazy, y'all. It's crazy. And I don't understand why people are not talking about it. Oh, because the big Gene Deal is so big, nobody's going to say anything. They're going to just be quiet about the whole situation. This the same person that sit back and watch Diddy dog little ones out and didn't open his mouth, y'all. This the same person that sit back and that money was more important than morals. It was more important. So now we're to believe, y'all, that Gene Deal is telling the truth about what he's saying. So him and Diddy's story just adds up about what happened the night of Biggie. We're supposed to believe that. Y'all, people, the streets is talking. The streets is talking, and they're saying that there are a lot of lies been put out on social media about Trump, about to let him out, to let P. Diddy out. They saying people are lying about that. I don't know. I got to sit back and just watch and wait and see. Is this really going to go on? Is Trump that dumb enough to let this man up out of there? Because I don't think so, y'all. I truly don't believe it. I'm just going to be completely honest with y'all. I don't believe it. I think if he was going to let him out, he would have been let him out. And why now? Why would he let P. Diddy out when P. Diddy turned on him? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Why would, Jay-Z and them and all these people that's tied to P. Diddy be working so hard to move away from this country Just like Ellen DeGeneres and all of these people moved when Trump got in office. All these people in the same inner circle. Something is not adding up, y'all. But what's really is adding up is it's a lot of bloggers out here that is pushing an agenda, pushing people that they shouldn't be pushing. And you got to ask yourself how certain people get up to 500,000, 500, 600,000, 400,000 subscribers, and they support certain people. And they are not pushing out what's being told. You know how some people go to some bloggers and they send them stuff and they send this person the same thing and that person the same thing. That's how certain people know about things and they start posting stuff up. There's also, things that happens in the social media world that some people withhold information that's being told to them because they don't want that type of information out. That's the same thing going on here. If y'all think that for 1 minute that a lot of people is not hearing about this, think again. They just choose to pick what they talk about. They pick and choose. Just like the feds was allegedly on Jay-Z. And allegedly, there's some bodies that happened way back in the days at where he's from. And a whole family taken out. Nobody is talking about that. A lot of these bloggers choose to bury things. A lot of these bloggers choose to, put somebody on the forefront that is a part of the whole agenda that's being pushed and the whole narrative that's being pushed. There were people outside of that event with their phones and they show Biggie getting in the backseat of the car with P Diddy, y'all. And that's the story they chose to tell people. That's the story they chose. This is what I'm hearing. And they're saying that the truth is finna come out about everything, y'all. Listen to this.
Clearly frightened.
Katie says the woman would visit Knight pretending to be a legal assistant.
That allows her to go in, sit down with Suge, and have unmonitored visits. Deputies can't overlisten on the phone. They can't stand there and overhear the conversation. So that's how it was set up so that she could have confidential conversations.
This LAPD statement says, quote, during more than one of these visits, Knight instructed Blank to help him coordinate the murder of Christopher Wallace.
She said that Suge told her, why don't you get a hold of
And this lady was petrified. She was petrified and she told her story. She told her story. And she said that Suge Knight played a major part from the jail. From the jail. It's the same thing the night that Tupac passed. They claim all of these street associates was there. That Suge Knight had got all of these street associates to be there for the fight. So if you got all of these street associates, who in the world would go try to take Tupac out? When you with all of these street associates. And what was the purpose of them, you paying for them to go to see the fight for? But they wasn't there to stand on business and make sure that Tupac was straight that night. Make it make sense. Why did Suge Knight spend that much money to get all of these street associates to come be around Tupac that night? To not be there when he really needed them, when people were coming for him. And the ops took him out. Because the ops didn't take him out. The ops and his own inner circle worked together to take him out. Just like they claim happened to King Von. King Von was in the presence of people that knew a play that was set up in April. People that was a different street association from him lined up and paid allegedly by his own street association. Same thing that happened with Biggie. Same thing what happened to Tupac. Same thing what happened to Mo3. Same thing what happened to King Von. Same thing that happened to Dolph. People in his own inner circle played a part and helped line him up. Y'all, shit about to hit the fan. Y'all. And people are not going to believe there is. The closer you get to Thanksgiving and Christmas, These stories about to be blew through the roof right now. And it's a lot of people that's going to get exposed. Now, like I said, I'm going to say it once again. I don't know. I wasn't around during that time when Biggie and Tupac and them and this and that and that and this. But I know what I hear. I know what I'm seeing in the footage of the last night that happened and the night that it happened and the police reports. And I'm listening to somebody tell them they drove up next to us. That sounds just like P Diddy. Y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. This is crazy. Please like, share, subscribe if you like the video. If y'all want to support the channel, y'all know what to do. And like I told you, I'm going to give y'all the lowdown on everything. I ain't about to sugarcoat nothing. And I'm not about to baby no grown men that's suspect. Okay? I've always had suspects. You know, stuff in my head about Gene Deal. But now that I'm hearing the things that I'm hearing right now, I don't know. Biggie was a big guy. You couldn't just like pick him up and put him in the front seat. So you had to come with some type of script to get him there. And the only thing that I could think of with Puffy would be like, the city is loving you right now. Get in the front seat. I'm about to get in the bag. You the star. That's the only thing this is how he is. And people think that he's showing love, but he's not. He's showing a lineup. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all believe it or not? It does kind of fill in some of the holes of some of the stuff that you were suspecting all along. It does. Some people are saying it sounded like there was 6 shots. Some people saying he only got hit 4 times. Witnesses are saying that there were only 5 pow, 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 pow. This is what they're saying. Witnesses are saying in the audio, they didn't know who got hit. Was it Biggie or P Diddy? And the reason why they didn't know, because they were in the same car. Why would they think P Diddy got hit if he pulled up in front of the car and he wasn't even in the car with them? Makes no sense, right, y'all? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace.